security challenge, and the Websec.fr challenge that I'm going to be doing today is going to be called Serialization is a Pain, which is a baby step challenge. So let's get started. So we click on URL and we're given level 4, and I guess we're given the flag. So let me get rid of this because that kind of kills the whole point of this challenge. I forgot to get rid of this, so we'll just take this off for now. And say if I refresh, yeah, it shouldn't work. It shouldn't display nothing now. So we get this. Since we're lazy, we take advantage of PHP garbage collector to probably display query results. We also like to write neat object-oriented programming. You can get the sources here and here. So if I press 1, what happens? We get username flag. What if I press 2? We get nothing. So what do we do for this challenge? How do we solve this challenge? You would think we would have to do a SQL injection, but we see no errors get generated when we trying these random values. So we get the source code here, open link right here, open link right there. So let's look at the second one. So the second one, we have a class of SQL, and then it has a public query, which it could be whatever. Then a connection function. So it connects. It looks like there's a connect function which connects to a database, and then after that it queries out. We could, I guess, insert query, and then it executes the query. This connection query, and then this query. Okay, then I'm guessing this query is this right here. So function. So this struct, if it isn't set, okay, it connects. So this executes, which is this connect, and then this query. If the false doesn't return anything, that means it just returns out. If the return doesn't equal false, that means if it's true, and then if it's true, that means it returns out the username along with all of this right here. That's basically what this class is. So now if we look at over here, we have connects to SQL to the SQL class right here. Connects. Then this is the query that's running. Select username from where user ID is equal. So it selects the username. That's why we got, when we pressed 1, it got the username from users, which was flag. And then if it is set cookie, so this is a cookie value, and you see one I did over here, I deleted some kind of cookie value located right here, cookie value right there. So, and it's empty, so that's why we don't see the flag. So what it does right here is base64 decodes it, so it gives us an idea. This cookie value is base64 decoded, and then it's unserialized. That means you guys don't know what serialized and unserialized means. Serialize, what does it mean? PHP. Serialize returns a string contained by a byte string representation of any value that can be stored in PHP. Uses this string to create. Okay, so converts a storable representation of a value. That's all we need to know. So right now it's unserializing whatever value it is. So that means we're assuming we have to serialize it, and then after that base64 encode it. So it's checking if it's the session data is an array, and then the session IP, and then the server remote address for the most part. And it says it can't hack us. Now we get this in exception E, and it prints out right here. So if we somehow get past this part, if we get past this, I guess what we want to do is be able to do this part instead. Then we have else. Then we serialize all this, base64 encode it. We set the cookie, and then is set is numeric SQL query request ID, invalid query. So I guess this is what we're trying to do for the most part. So I guess we're asking ourselves, how do we solve this challenge? What do we do to solve this challenge? So the main goal of this challenge is that, for the most part, we have control of the leak hacker cookie value, because right here we're able to change the value right here. So how do we do this? So if I go on php.net, and I already have it when I was online, PHP compiler. I just went on this because I'm not gonna get. Oh, it looks like it's not here. So this makes it pretty cool. So for this part of this challenge, how do we do this? How do we solve this challenge? So first we have to do is first create a class which relates to what we saw beforehand, so it should be class SQL, which is similar to what is showed over here, class SQL, because we want to be able to, I guess, write our own query. So class SQL, or our own class. So within class SQL, I'll just go right here. We'll do a public $ for, I guess, the variable query, and then public $con. What we'll do next is do function. We'll write a function table which will construct our class. So when our class gets constructed, like once we call this class, it's gonna construct itself. So this is what it's gonna generate as soon as this object or this class is made or called, and then we're gonna put our query, which is what we were doing for the most part, because it unserializes it and then it gets the query value later. And what we'll do is just inject our own SQL query. So we'll do select, and then we'll do group underscore concat, and then we'll concat our passwords as users. So this should probably, like, for the most part, be able to solve our challenge, as username from user. And then from here on, we could probably this con right here, just set it equal to null, because we're not going to connect to nothing for the most part. And then from right here, after we're done creating our class, we could just initiate a new instance of our class, and this is where it's going to be so once we call our class new SQL, it's going to create this right here. And then what we'll do right now is just basically just echo URL encode, and then base 64 encode, then serialize our value, our instance, I guess, that we're making. Now if we run this, int inst, put that right there, and hopefully this should work, and we grab this value right here. So now if we grab this value, ooh, there, I messed this up. Hopefully this comes out correctly. Now if I put this right here, since we have control of our delete hacker very part of it, we could probably just store it right here. And then if we just simply refresh it, we get the flag right here, Websec.98. And the reason that happens is because it base64 decodes it, and then it unserializes it, and then it checks through all this right here. It tries all this, then else it starts doing all of this again, and then at the end it just runs our query for the most part, so we could see like what's happening on our end. But anyway, that's about it for this challenge. So we just simply grab this flag right here and just like insert it right here. We should see like yeah, we got a point for it. So yeah, that was about it for this challenge. It's pretty like a simple challenge for the most part, because we were given the option, we controlled our cookie variable, and we could like mess around with the cookie variable. So that was like, I guess, the whole point of this lab. Like if like the only reason this worked is because, like I said before, we had control of that specific variable that we were messing around with. But yeah, that's about it for this challenge. Hope you guys learned something new today. I know I did, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.